is, he says, explain to me the one world economy. It's an economic system. For example, right now, you have national economies, you have regional economies, which means you have a system, an economic system within your country, and you have, in some regions, an economic system within some regions, meaning that certain countries have come together to form an economic bloc, which means that they relate with one another through either a single currency or through certain economic structures that allow them to trade among themselves and to understand how individuals, citizens within those nations or those regions can carry out commerce. Okay? Now, the one world system means that it goes beyond your country now. It goes beyond your region now. It means the whole world will operate one system of finance, trade, and economic structures. It might even go as far as using the same currency. Now, I don't emphasize that of currency much for a reason. Because in a sense, it's just about a name. Because all over the world, you can move from one currency to another. It's just an exchange rate. At the end of the day, it depends on where you're coming from. So it doesn't really change a man's economic state as an individual, irrespective of the currency that you hold. You see, you can always convert it from one to another. So I don't usually emphasize the single currency issue because it's there in disguise. See, it's there in disguise. You can understand now how that no matter where you go, you can actually use your card, okay? But it's not about just buying and selling. It's about, and that's what Pastor Larry wanted to get into, it's about the economic control system that becomes unified in such a way that how you operate in one country controls how you are perceived in any other country. Which means that your economic state becomes unified everywhere, which also requires something they don't like to talk about, which is called tracking. Nobody likes to talk about that. But that's not my subject today. See? So that comes in. And there's something I might just mention today, something we used to talk about years ago. We used to tell people, one day, you're going to have martial law. And they would say, well, maybe in third world countries, especially those in America would say, come on, that's not going to happen. And let me tell you, most of the world today, as it is right now, it's not going to be permanent. That's why we're praying. That's why we're praying. Most of the world is under disguised martial law right now. Believe it or not. Of course, with a slight difference. The slight difference is those who are running the system are not in uniform. That's the difference. That they are civilians. That's the difference. If you don't understand what that means, let's look at it like this. Most countries are under emergency rule right now. And when a country is under emergency rule, you need to understand what it means. It means civil liberties are completely streamlined. In fact, most civil liberties are set aside